Yes, this is a common concern for many parents today. Our tight schedule often leave a little room to fit in a moment to simply play with our children. But here's something important. In my experience, I can say that most of the children with autism don't enjoy the same kind of games that other children do, especially when it comes to symbolic play. But here's the truth. Play is incredibly important. During play, children move, develop motor skills, strengthen their muscles, improve coordination, stimulate imagination and creativity, solve problems, and practice social interaction skills. Through play, they also work on emotional regulation, on tolerance to frustration, the waiting of the turns, and even thinking in sequence, beginning, the middle of the activity, and the end of the process. Okay, let me tell you something important. We both have to want to play. That means that if you don't enjoy playing with Play-Doh or puzzles sounds bored to you, then you won't have the energy or the excitement to engage your child in that activity. They won't catch any enthusiasm. So we need to find something that we genuinely enjoy doing. It could be painting, building track for cars or trains, playing with Play-Doh, or even playing hide and seek. Ask yourself, what would you actually enjoy playing with your child? Then, as I always say, we have to think about what is the purpose of this game. We need to explain as many times as necessary what are we expecting for our child to do and what is the goal of the activity in the simplest and clearest way possible. Use drawing, gestures, visual supports, but most importantly, experience to do the activity with them. For example, if you're playing hide and seek, then have someone else to count while you hide with your child, whispering to them, encourage them to wait quietly and celebrate the moment when they find you. Or if you're using Play-Doh, well, start by deciding together what are you gonna make. Maybe it's gonna be, a pizza or a cookie or a snail or a snake. So then you help them succeed on that first attempt. They need to succeed that first time, even if it's with your full support, because that will help building their mental image of what they have created. So yes, model with them. It doesn't have to be perfect. If it's a racetrack, for the car or trains, do the same thing. Use pictures or just draw what you're gonna do, and then you build it with him all together. And if he needs guided hand on hand, you go hand over hand and you do it. And if your child struggles in waiting, then you need to start with something super short, like just a short version, probably 4 or 5 blocks to create a road, but enough for them to be able to drive a car all over it and see how the idea come to life. And this is very important. If we want our child to do eventually what we are playing at this moment and become independently on the game, then we need to repeat this game and activities as many times as possible. Most children learn through experience by practicing the same action over and over, becoming familiar with the structure, the goal, and what we expected from them. No matter what game is it, the idea is for your child to eventually do it on their own. So whether that's doing Play-Doh or solving a puzzle or hiding when someone is looking for them. Every type of play involves motor coordination, sometimes fine motor skills, sometimes gross motor skills, but always includes emotional regulation, includes waiting, includes planning step toward the goal, includes tolerance to frustration. So yes, you can play the same game many times, and over time you will start seeing your child takes a more active role and needing less support and enjoying the activity more and more. Another important point is that we also turn daily routines into playtimes. We can do that. For example, matching socks from a basket full of colorful pairs, or seeing who can set the table faster. Even during bath time, if your child enjoyed water, well, it becomes a great opportunity to play. You can try water pouring games, or drawing on the tiles with crayons, or making soap foam and transferring it with spoons to help fine motor development, or use it as stickers like figures to build a scene or a little puzzle in the tile. Personally, I love cooking. And whenever I have the time, I try to involve my children in the kitchen. Following a cookie recipe might seem something really simple or even boring activity, but it's actually packed with sensory input and an incredible range of motor planning skills. Think about all the things you do while you're cooking. You're kneading and you're rolling, you're unscrewing, you're cutting, you're using cookie cutters, or you're chopping, you're twisting lids, you're stirring, you're whisking, you're pouring, decorating, or painting with egg. So there is a lot of activities and a lot of skills, motor skills, that become active on the moment of cooking. So if your cooking is something you enjoy, maybe that's the perfect space to connect with your child and play with him and making something delicious together. I hope this helped. Let's just not go crazy buying expensive toys that might not even be our interest in, or your child's interest. And the key is always to be clear about what we are aiming to achieve through the play, and make sure that your child understands it too. Then it's all about playing and enjoying while learning along the way.